Hey guys, it's James here. What you guys are about to watch is a compilation of the journey that started on September the 12th of 2019 to September the 12th, 2020. And that has been I actually posted my very first social media post on September. So, just pulled together some of the biggest highlights or some of the key takeaways from the whole year, and I hope you guys really enjoy, and I appreciate you watching it. So onto the video. Hey guys, so I'm about to film my first podcast ever, and I've got my mic stuff set up, got my computer set up here. I'm gonna do some recordings, and this is gonna be the first thing. I still haven't fully decided what the name of the podcast is. I have some couple ideas. My good friend Eric actually recommended to call it the Wellness Puzzle Podcast. So I'm kind of thinking about maybe to do that. But I've got some episodes lined up. Hopefully get some good content and get some people that we can interview to really get you some benefit out of this. But yeah, this is the first time. This is behind the scenes. I'm literally doing this from my house. Well, not my house, my apartment. So I'm renting. But hey, you know what? Why not, right? So here goes. Hope you guys enjoy. Hey guys, James here. Just working on my podcast, getting it set up for the first time. And just had a thought. Do what you love. Just do it, all right? Just get started. Just do it. Hey guys, James here. It's Monday today. Hope you guys are having a blessed Monday. Obviously, some of you are at work, so you may not be able to watch this video straight away, or maybe you can watch this video straight away if you're not doing much, but that's okay. Wanted to talk to you today about some of the thought process that I'm having as I'm kind of going through a little bit of this journey of getting more of my content, or some of the content that I know, or some of my story online. And just some of the challenges and a little bit of the struggles. And I want to talk about like how stepping into the unknown and stepping into things that you're not comfortable with, and things that you don't know what the result is going to be, right? Like a lot of you know that a lot of you know that when I was at uni in my third year. So I actually had a 4-year degree, and I got into my third year, and at the start of my third year, I actually dropped out and basically started doing door-to-door to learn how to improve my sales skills and learn how to improve my communication. But it's the thought process that went into that is really important, that I want to talk about, is because I know that a lot of you are probably in a space in your life that there are some things that you want to do that you haven't done before, and you may be a bit scared to step out of that comfort zone to be able to do that, right? I'm not saying that you have to quit what you're doing, but it's about just having a discussion about the thought process that goes in behind why you want to move to do certain things. And a lot of that relates to just even me coming out and like talking about and putting some of the stuff that I've been doing on the internet, because even for me to get myself to this point of actually just video recording stuff and being on the camera is a big deal. I mean, like, I put it off for like so long, and then, about a month ago, I didn't know anything about social media. I barely had any social media presence, and now I'm starting to put videos out and content and whatnot. And it's a learning curve. It really is. It's like learning about Facebook, learning about Twitter, learning about Instagram, have to learn about TikTok, LinkedIn, and then learning about how to create a website from scratch, right? Learning about how to sell stuff online, learning about how, a lot of these things work that I didn't know how to do, how to edit videos, what apps you want to use, a lot of these things, I didn't know any of it, right? So I started from nothing. I started from zero, right? I had no background in any of this stuff. And this is what I want to talk about, because I know that some of you, you are thinking about doing something in your life or taking on a different project, maybe as a side thing or like a side hustle that people call it, but you don't know what to do, right? The key here is that you don't have to know what to do, right? You don't have to know everything. You just have to want to learn and put the time into learn it, right? I spent hours of time just watching videos. Hey, what is an Instagram story? I wasn't even on Instagram. Like, what is an Instagram story, right? How do I make this? How do I make this? Just YouTube videos. Like, literally just YouTube videos. Googling, right? Watching videos of other people doing it and just like observing what's on there, right? How do I put the black banner thingy and emojis and stuff on the video, right? A lot of this stuff is learnable, right? It's learnable. The key thing here is that we think that, hey, you need to have a certain number of skill. You need to have a certain background. You need to have a certain degree. You don't need that. You just need you just need your ability to want to learn, and just put in the time to learn it, right? It's like everything in life. If something that you haven't done before, you want to learn that, you're going to have to put time into learning. So I know that there's, I know there's a lot of people out there that there's something in their life they want to do. And I want to encourage you to just put in the time to learn it and just do it. Just take the step, right? It doesn't have to be this massive thing, but just starting to learn a little bit about it is a really big thing. It's just so big just to start to learn about it, right? And start getting yourself out there and start allowing yourself to express yourself in the way that you want to, right? So that's what I want to talk about. And, obviously some of the challenges that I've been dealing with learning about some of this stuff and trying to create some kind of internet thing, I guess, whatever it is. I don't even know what it's going to be, right? Is like, just trying to figure out where all the information is. I have to think about things like legal, like, how do I structure a business? I don't know anything about that, right? I don't know anything about how to write legal documents, right? Or accounting, right? If you want to have a proper business, you need to have a proper accounting software, you need to have bookkeeping, right? And different accounting principles, things like cash flow, what is a genuine asset, it's a genuine liability. So like a lot of these things I had to learn from scratch, right? But saying that you can't learn that or saying that, I'll never be able to do that is not an accurate statement. Never is a very, 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 very long time, right? Never is like ever, like you have no capacity at all. And I fully disagree with that mindset, right? Because everybody has the ability to learn. Every single person has the ability to learn. Some people may learn things faster than others, but if the person is willing to learn, if you're willing to put in the time, and if you're willing to be humble and willing to be self-aware of where you're at, anybody can learn anything, right? Mentally, right? You can emotionally shift. So that's my rant for Monday. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment below if you really enjoyed that. But yeah, hit me up on Facebook. I'll see you guys soon. All right, bye for now. What up guys, James here again. Just learning how to build a YouTube channel because it's just the next piece that I need for the content creation model. Yeah, so this is how I'm doing it, literally going online and watching YouTube channel on how to build it with your phone. Hey guys, James here again. Just want to give you a bit of an insight on the emotional state that I have with regards to the process. I was looking through the stats this morning and just thinking about it's kind of growing, but it's growing a little bit slow. So there are, some fear, doubt, insecurities around, whether this is going to be working or whether it's going to work in a full time, in the long term. But yeah, just where I'm at with things. But hopefully put more stuff out. I really want to connect with, you guys in the audience, and really want to find out what challenges you guys are dealing with, and how it can help in any way. And I feel like if I just focus on that, then it's gonna kind of work out in the end. So feel free to hit me up, DM me, and yeah. Hey guys, James here. Just want to share something with you guys today. Went garage selling about 3 weeks ago and picked up a bunch of stuff. I got this bag for about $8 and I just sold it online for $45. It's my very first flip ever and super excited to get more. Yes, so I'm just on my way to the post office I'm trying to send away my thing. I have no idea really how to send it, so I'm just gonna figure it out. You know, this is just part of the process of, you know, learning something new. Never done this before. We have a lot of triggers that happen in our life. You know, part of life is actually dealing with these things that come up from time to time. You know, you're never gonna get them all, but there are a vast majority of them that you can deal with. And I think it's important that, especially with the people that you care about, allow the dust to settle. So if there's a trigger that comes up, or if something that comes up that annoys you or that makes you upset, whatever it is, it's important to be able to disconnect from that energy and then come back and look at it with a different perspective. So that way you're not caught up in the heat of the moment. I think a really good rule of thumb, whenever you feel like there's a negative situation coming up, or you feel like a trigger is coming up, that you can find a way to disconnect, and that you both understand, or whoever's personal relationship, whatever it is, parents, whatever, there's like a mutual understanding that you know that there has to be some time to kind of just let the dust settle a bit and come back and then refocus on it. Because I think if you don't do that and you get caught up in the heat of the moment, then, you know, that's when the things can get out of hand. So it's important to be able to disconnect, because when that thought pattern, or whenever that habit keys in or that triggers in, you know, the intensity of the emotion is really strong. So you focus, it's really difficult to focus on other things. Let me know what you guys think. I'm sure that 99.9% of people out there have the same kind of thing. Real quick, holy shit, dude. We just picked up so much stuff from 2 garage sales. We picked up like 50 VHSs for like $10, and we picked up all these like electronic stuff for about $10 as well. Mega score. So hopefully it's gonna be good. But yeah, super excited about this one. Colory stuff. So this is one of the books that I found. Make sure you check inside, because this person has left $100 in US in here for us to pick up. Looks pretty legit. Score. It's called instant ROI, guys. Guys, this is where it's at. Now, $1. $1. Pink. Yeah, some of the stuff is branded. It's really cool. Let's do what tags. Look at this one. It's 180 down to $1. That's crazy. Hey, so we're just going through all the stuff, and it is loaded. It's cool stuff. Show what we got so far. So we got some Levi's. You know, these are all $1. More Levi's, retail $149. New denim. Used, alright. Haven't really been selling as well. Got a veil. Got Maggie Marilyn. I'm not sure what that is. That's this pretty designer. Money gun, and this J brand one, which is still $4.95 down to $1. Let's see how much more we can stack up on here. There's still like heaps of these. There's all these other racks as well, but I don't know how to look at them. Dude, holy shit, we just picked up like 70 different items for $70. Some of these things going for like $300, some of these go for like $500. It's freaking bargain. Alright, so it's about 30 minutes left. Usually, like before I go into see a client, I like to like just kind of either ground myself or find a really nice space like this, so that I can be able to really connect into, I guess, God or like a higher thing, but to basically be able to do that and figuring out like what is, trying to get a sense of the person that I'm about to see, and what challenges they have, and what things they're going through, and what's going to be the greatest shift that's going to help them do that. So I like to kind of just spend like 5, 10, 15 minutes really just trying to connect with, tap into the energy of that and see what that's like. Alright, so one of the things I look out for when I'm going into suss out a place or test the energy of something is to look for signs, symbols, synchronicities, coincidences, and things that kind of just happen to occur. Because going off the principle that every single thing that you have in life is created by you, then every single thing, 100%, in your life is there because of some form or another you've created it. So if that's the case, then you look for those key things, and as you look for them, they give you an indicator of what you are vibing, or like how you're vibing right now, because what you're vibing is actually drawing those experiences into your life, the people, the events, the circumstances, the situations, and getting a sense of what that is allows you to tap into the actual feeling of what you're vibing, or that how that person is vibing. So one of the things I've been working on is that I've actually been trying to get branding up properly. So that means having a signature logo, also sonic branding, which is audio branding, which I was looking into the other day. It's actually a specific sound that plays over that logo that you can play on your videos, over your podcast, over your like YouTube videos, all that kind of stuff. So that's gonna help distinguish during the time of Alexa and Google, Google Home, and yeah, like when the audio, I guess the audio arena arises more, then your audio brand is going to be very important. It's going to be able to differentiate you from the other brands. So starting to build that now and putting that into all your content is very important. So I haven't got that yet, but I've got my visual, which is cool. It finally came in, so I'll show you guys. People just like, why? I just want to have people ask me questions so I can answer them. I just want the questions. Why don't they want to ask questions? I don't know. Because I don't know, I think the question is like the most important thing.
So can you say what you want to say again?
I can say what I want to say again. Like that whole video? Hey, if you guys are out there... Huh? What do you mean?
What would you say to them to me?
To you? So if I was talking to you, I'd be like...
No, you're putting the tone on again.
I'm putting the tone on again. I don't want to put the tone on.
But you are.
Okay, if I was talking to you, I'd be like, hey, is there anything that you have, any challenges that you have that, I don't know, maybe that you want to talk about, or you want to maybe discuss that you might be going through, or you might be experiencing, any kind of feelings that you might have that you need to get off your chest, because I know that shit is hard, man. Like, it's kind of like in there all the time, and especially with all the stuff that's going on. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to get some of that stuff off your chest. Things that you're worried about. But, yeah, I don't know. How's that?
What about saying like all the things that you've learned over the last 5 years? Why don't you say that again, and then just say like be really, be nice, like to have people reach out to you.
I guess it's to create context. I guess people have to have a reason why they want to reach out.
Yeah,
well, I don't know, I don't know how do I describe it. I mean, been through like so much stuff. Like, that's the thing. Like, been through so much stuff over the last like 10 years. Since I left uni, like even the process of going through high school and stuff, and then coming out of uni, going through the process of leaving uni, and making that executive decision when everybody thought it was a shit idea. Like, and then just going down the path of trying to make something for yourself and basically failing like over and over again for like a whole decade. Like, fuck. Some stuff was good, but some stuff wasn't good. I mean, this just, well, the energy work stuff is a little bit different because I guess I found that through the process of trying to be better as a person. Yeah, I mean, like, when I started to see that a lot of the stuff there wasn't just the how to, like, it wasn't just about knowing how to do something. It was more about how do you, it was more about getting your energy right and getting your thoughts right, and working through all the baggage that you've have collected and have been passed it down to you.
Self-development.
Yeah, it's a lot of self-development.
Like a lot of the journeys you've gone through and like what you've picked up, you sort of done through just self-curiosity. Like you just wanted to learn.
It's kind of like just knowing that if you're not growing, you're dying. It's just that real core theme of like every day, as long as you grow just a little bit every day, then like that's just better than not doing anything. Like if you give up and you basically say, all right, my life is screwed, I'm screwed. No matter what situation you're in, like, you know, whether you have money or not, or you're in a health crisis or not. Yeah, you still gotta, your life is not over until you're like finished, right? So like any amount of being like, I'm done when you're not actually done is just counterproductive. And obviously we can get into that kind of mode from time to time. You know, obviously like I do that too. But I think that if you, that general chord of like always wanting to grow, always wanting to be better, and always looking for the truth is really important. Because you want to grow, but you also want, the truth is always going to come out. Like, no matter.
It's okay that other people have their own truth.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, reality is what reality is going to be, you know? Like, and you want to be doing stuff that's based off what is actually happening. Like, what the world is actually based, like, what the world, like, rather than having a fake environment. That's actually a really good way to explain it. Like, because I grew up in a lot of fake environment. And the reason why I left uni to go and figure it out for myself, like life, because I didn't know shit. So, like, it was always this search for what is actually happening. You know, what really goes on? Like, what are you not taught in school that is actually how the world works? Going through the processes as well, I was letting go of a lot of the stuff that I had, I guess, had in my own life. And what I didn't realize was that a lot of the belief systems and the patternings that come into your life are actually from parents, right? they actually come from your parents. And I didn't realize that at the time. I was like, dude, like, the reason why maybe I wasn't getting the results that I was getting in the sales thing was because, maybe because like my parents were like, they didn't really care about money that much. Or like they had certain beliefs that money's not important. Or like they had certain beliefs like you have to work hard to make money. You had certain beliefs like money's the root of all evil. Like those beliefs are things that they get passed down to you because of just by how you observe them and how you grow up. And on top of that, for friends and the group that you hang around and society, you know, all this stuff, like it all plays into how it shapes your subconscious mind. Because from the ages of 0 to 7, you basically have what's called this imprint phase, which means that you only just observe. You don't really cognitively learn as fast as later on in life. But the very first 0 to 7, like that age group, you're basically assimilating all the information that you're getting from all the people that are around you. And you assimilate it from the people that you believe, that you trust, and that you respect. So, for example, the people that fit those categories would be like your parents, your best friend, your brother or sister, people who are in, I guess, like authority. So like, you know, police officers or your teachers at school, you know, people that you I guess look up to, like during that age group. And generally you don't really challenge what belief systems they're giving you or what advice they're giving you because you're young and you're just in that mind frame of, oh, I'm just going to watch this person, see what they do. And you make your own decisions. But a lot of these decisions are very subconscious. You don't really consciously look at that person and it's like, oh yeah, that guy's doing that, so then I'm going to believe this. You don't really make that decision unless
unless it's a really, really, really negative thing and you go, no, I completely disagree with that and I'm going to do something else. So unless you as a kid make a full decision to change from that, you kind of just assimilate all these belief systems. And a lot of those things are actually, they may not be helping you today. They may have helped you when you were growing up from 0 to 7, but a lot of that stuff is really old stuff. It doesn't really help you today. Some of it may not. But we don't really ever go back and really assess, is this still useful to me or is it not? And that's kind of like part of the challenges.
Hey, what's up guys? Just want to make a quick video. Was inspired by watching Mike's video about his real talk, and I've been seeing a little bit more similar stuff to what he was talking about in my own content as well, where I've started to do more Facebook lives and more Instagram lives, which has been really good for me because I've started to actually talk about stuff that I wanted to talk about and some content I really wanted to get out for quite some time. I'm hoping to do more of that in the future, and just have that as a more regular thing. And you know, I hope that obviously like there's been a lot of influences on my life in terms of the people that I listen to and the people that I've been around, and the just the people that I've looked up to and that I've been to their courses and whatnot, and that have really consumed a lot of their information and really modeled a lot of their stuff. You know, obviously some of these people would be like, that really stand out for me, would be like Robert Kiyosaki, Tony Robbins, Gary Vee, what's another one? KT. Like, these people have had a dramatic impact on who I am as a person and my mindset and how I think. And I think that who you are individually is just a combination of all these people and all these things, but on top of that you do layer your own decisions and your own opinions and your own perspectives, and from your own life experiences that is gonna play out into your communication style. So of late I've been consuming a lot of Gary Vee stuff, which I'm still going to consume, because I think that a lot of his stuff has value and is very relevant and is very up to date with what is happening right now. But I'm leaning more into just being okay with being myself and being into energy work and law of attraction and other kind of weird stuff. So I think that some people think it's weird, but I think it is a reality that we live in. Whether you believe in that stuff or not, it automatically plays as it's just there. Like, you know, a lot of that stuff is really hard to say that it's not there. So from my experiences and the stuff that I've been through, you know, with my health stuff and just some of the training that I've been through and whatnot, I feel like a lot of this stuff has value for people who are looking for it, and who are not just only open to it, but are open to seeing it from a different perspective that is less spiritual in a sense, even though it is spiritual, but less air up in the air, that kind of talk, and more, hopefully a little bit more grounded, and hopefully a little bit more relevant to or relatable to your current circumstances, because I'm interested in the other stuff as well, you know, like business, interested in basketball, trading cards. I'm interested in entrepreneurial stuff. I wouldn't call myself an entrepreneur, but I am interested in that stuff, learning how to make more money, and I do like to keep it real for myself. Like, you know, I'm not the best at everything. I definitely am not the best at everything. Definitely can be a lot better at a lot of things, and I do have a lot of patterns and habits that I'm still working through, but it's just a journey, it's just a process. So hopefully you guys really appreciate that, and the perspective and that energy where I'm coming from, because I hope that really comes off a lot more. And you guys watching with all the content and stuff, and you guys been following up until now, I really appreciate it. It means a lot, it really means a lot to me, and I hope you guys get something out of it.
Part of the reason why I started building content online was that it starts to build a library of your thoughts, and it starts to build a library of your perspectives and your points of views. And if your intent is good, Like, you're not just out there to sell people on like buying a course, and you're not out there to sell people on like buying an ebook or whatever it is. If your intent is to genuinely try and add as much value as you can, from wherever you are, because like you don't have to be an expert in everything. I think the process of the journey of actually doing that is pretty important as well. But just starting to put some of the ideas that you have out there, you start to build almost like an online resume, so that when you do need to do something or you want to create leverage, you actually have a whole bunch of stuff that's there that rather than giving a business card or giving a resume to someone, you go, hey, look, just add me on social, like add me on Instagram, like check out my LinkedIn page, or check out my Facebook page, check out my YouTube channel. And you have like this almost like library of all this stuff there. And I think that has a lot of weight to building almost like a connection, and also has a lot of weight with building, I guess, authority in a sense. But it builds a lot of leverage, because not only do you build a follower base, however big or however small, doesn't really matter, but you actually get your thoughts out there, and whoever you're trying to talk to actually can interact with you, and they don't have to interact with you directly, because obviously everybody has only 24 hours in a day, but they can interact with the videos that you have, or the written words that you have, or the audios that you have. So if you have a podcast, if you have a blog, if you have an Instagram page, you have a YouTube channel, then the people that are going to consume your content, they're going to establish a relationship with you from wherever they are. I mean, you might not even know who these people are like 5, 10, 15 years from now, but you know, someone 10 years from now might start watching your stuff. They might start reading your stuff. They might start following you on Instagram and going through the content. And you're residually building a relationship with that person without directly doing that. And that person can also consume your content at the pace and in the manner that they wish. Because people learn things differently. Some people like to watch long videos. Some people like to watch short videos. Some people like to read, and some people like to listen to audios. You know, some people don't like videos at all. And it's important to have as much content as you can out there with the perspectives that you have that match a lot of those formats, so that whoever it is that wants to connect with you can consume the information at the pace that they want to consume it, and in the format that they want to consume it. Because it's all about the thing about like with sales or communicating or really building a relationship is all about people like people who are like them. And your job really is, if you're going to create content and try to build that relationship, is that you want to make it easy for that person to relate to you. And part of that process is the actual format that you deliver the information in. I mean, obviously the format right here is an Instagram Live or a Facebook Live. As some of you guys on Facebook can't see the people that are on Instagram Live right now, but I have actually 2 videos going on at the same time, because different people use different platforms. Like some people use like Facebook, and some people use Instagram, and some people use LinkedIn. Hey, so I recently just got these coming in the mail today. These are probably cards, so I'm just gonna open them up to see what we got. Lately, I've been picking up a lot of basketball cards, and I got my stacker collection of. Pick it up over here. There we go. I got my stack of graded cards here. Compared to other people, there's not much, but as you can see, I've been collecting a lot of Kobe Bryant cards. I'll show you guys a little bit of that later, but I'm gonna open these up and see what we got, because I have totally forgot what I've purchased. So this is really cool. This is always the fun part. It's always like getting a present. You know, even though you paid for it and you ordered it, you just don't remember what you actually ordered. This is pretty cool. Oh, look at this. This is from Canada. Oh, yes. Another rookie card. I've been picking these up for, so this is Kobe's original rookie card. It's kind of like one of his most famous and most popular staples. So this is kind of like a really blue chip type of investment. And over the last like couple months, I've really been picking up like a lot of these for about 80 to about $130 each. Within the last week, they've started to go up a lot. It's hard to find them now for anything under $100. They're starting to hit the 180, 200, 250 mark. And the graded ones, like for example this one, so this is a PSA 9. I picked this one up for like $200 about a month ago. These ones right now are going for about $1,000 on eBay, so that's like a 5x increase in about a month or 2 months. So I'm pretty lucky that I got like a few of these, and I really don't think that these are going to go down significantly because of the legacy that Kobe has left. So any types of these are really good. I've been looking to try and get as many good quality ones that would grade very high, and I talked about the grading a little bit in a lot of different other videos, but they're based on 4 different elements. They're based on the corners, like how sharp the corners are, the surface on both sides, the centering, which means that whether it's directly in the middle of this white border thing or whether it's kind of like tilted to the side. Obviously one that's smack bang in the middle is kind of the best, and also the quality of the edges. So usually before I buy them online, I actually like zoom in on the picture and try to look for the ones that are really, really good and are really, really scented. Obviously you can't tell 100%, but generally if you buy them up for like $100 and then you grade them, if they're scented, and you grade them for like, pay like $40 for the grading thing, and they come back as like PSA 8, PSA 9, or BGS 9.5, then that's like probably like a $500, $1,000 card, and your investment was about like $100, $140 for the grading. So I think that's kind of worth it. Worst case scenario, if it comes back with anything less than 8, you could always break the case and then just resell the raw again, because the raw ones, as I said before, I've been picking up for about $100, but now they're about $250. So even the raw ones have been going up, and a lot of that is really just based on the actual player itself, and the limited amount of cards that are actually out there. So I think right now there's about 5,000 of these that are graded. There's quite a few more that are ungraded, but probably not as many. This one looks pretty good. What did I get here? Oh, look. Both Kobe. Yeah, I think from the Michael Jordan's documentary, The Last Dance, one of the most recent episodes that came out, episode 5, was dedicated to Kobe, actually. He talks a lot about Jordan's experience and interaction with him. And after that episode came out, prices went up like quite significantly. On top of that, Kobe's going to get inducted into the Hall of Fame pretty soon in August. So I'm guessing that the prices of these are going to continue to rise until the Hall of Fame, and then even after he gets inducted to the Hall of Fame, they're going to continue to rise after that, especially with the limited amount of demand. I mean, the limited amount of supply that's actually available for these cards. There's a lot of people that are holding onto them that, you know, they're probably not going to sell them. So this one is an example of what's called BGS by Beckett. This is a BGS 9. Picked this one up for about $300. I think right now this is going for a BGS 9, it's probably about like 600, 700-ish. So that's really good. This took about a month to come in. And as you can see, the grading, what BGS does is they have different gradings at the top, and this is how they actually mark the rating of the card, I guess, according to these subgrades. But yeah, this is cool. Hey guys, just documenting the process here. Not too sure what to talk about right now, but it's been a pretty slow week this week. Haven't really been doing much. I guess in terms of what I have been doing is spending a lot of time on eBay buying basketball cards. Part of my part of my thought process right now is just, it's really just a patience game. Really just waiting it out, just waiting for the market to come back and waiting for the NBA to come back and the season to come back, and hopefully we get to see playoffs for this season, because having a playoffs would be really good. It's going to make the cards go crazy. Also waiting for the Hall of Fame induction ceremony, which is going to be in about three months. Really keen on that, because a lot of my investment has been obviously like Kobe Bryant and a lot of other Hall of Famers. But yeah, I mean, just this whole quarantine thing is kind of getting to me a bit. You know, I haven't really been doing much, except for just groceries and, you know, basketball cards and whatnot. The good thing is that the Flip Life stuff has been doing well, but I think from an honest perspective, like, I've been finding I'm not really as committed to it. I'm not too sure why. I've been feeling like this. I'm feeling a bit lazy in the last couple of weeks. But I'm not sure if you guys have like a similar experience where, you know, sometimes you just have these periods of like inactivity or unproductivity. You know, something that's really been on my mind a lot is, you know, maybe it's okay to just not do stuff for a while. You know, not really do, you know, have to be on point and on fire 24/7. Obviously you need to take a rest sometimes, and maybe it's cool to just take a break for like a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or so, and really just reset and try to figure out like what you want to do next. It seems like for me personally that it seems that the next step is always unfolding, you know. It's always the next thing, like it's kind of like the goal is always changing in a sense, like the next logical step is always shifting, like moment to moment, day by day. And, you know, obviously when that happens, you kind of lose sight of what the bigger picture of things is and where you want to go and what you want to have. Yeah, I mean, I think when that happens, when you start to lose sight of that, it's good to just revisit what it is that you actually want in the macro sense or in a bigger picture thing. Like what?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's crazy. Literally just picked up a lot of 15 rookie cards today. I think I am finally out of my bankroll for now. All it is right now is just a waiting game. Just gonna wait till the Hall of Fame come out and hopefully get these cards graded and see that some of them are gonna be good and some of them are gonna be bad, but they all look pretty good, so fingers crossed. Anyway, hope you guys take care. Something to consider the macro picture of what's happening or what may potentially happen with the economy in the near future. And I think it's okay. You gotta make sure that you're adaptable, you're ready to learn something new. It'll be good to start learning something new now. I mean, social media is gonna be cool. Start building something for yourself. Start finding ways to become more liquid, or start creating reserves for yourself so that you can have cash when you need it, if you do need it, or learn how to build a business or learn how to make money from nothing. You know, Flip Life has been really good. I mean, obviously during these times, selling stuff, like learning how to sell stuff, learning how to source items and sell stuff without actually putting in that much money. I mean, Flip Life is crazy. You can start selling stuff on eBay with no money. You can literally go on Facebook Marketplace right now, especially because people have been cleaning out their houses for the last like eight weeks. You can go on Facebook Marketplace right now, type in free stuff, look up all the listings, go and just message them that, hey, look, can I come pick up your stuff? That's free. Pick up a bunch of stuff, go on, list them on eBay and sell it. You can do that. You don't need money to actually start. You can just pick up stuff, start building up a bankroll, and then with that money, reinvest it. You can go to thrift stores, you can reinvest it. The thrift stores just open. You can reinvest it in buying cheaper thrifted items. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, just learn how to build something from nothing. Just do it. Like, you don't need money. And even if you didn't require some money, you don't need that much, you know? Like Flip Life, I started with $40. Not even $40, I started with 25, right? $25 at a garage sale. And we've now
generated over like $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, as gross, not net. But it's nuts. Like, a lot of that's got me into investing in basketball cards. The reason why the net is not that high is because I've reinvested that money and put a lot of it into basketball cards. And basketball cards is just the same as flipping. It's literally just the same as flipping. You're buying something that's cheaper or that's lower. You're buying at a lower price, and based on certain principles or based on certain demand factors, supply and demand factors, and other indicators, that it has the potential to go up in value over time, and then you just sell it. So, or you can keep it for even longer time. So, my type of style is, I'm not very risk. I don't like a lot of risk that much. I don't like gambling that much. So a lot of the things I do is I really like safe types of investments that are really fundamentally based. I know there's a lot of like technical trading or technical investing, and then there's fundamental investing, and there's always this big thing between the two. But I don't know too much about technical investing. I only know fundamentals. Like, I think fundamentals is really rooted in patience and just things that are solid. And I think that if something's solid, then it's good. But there's always that opportunity for it to not. No matter how good something looks, there's always that chance it's not going to work out. And I think you're going to be okay with that if that's the case. So if you're willing to put in something knowing that it's going to go to zero and being okay with that, then I think you can sleep okay at night. But I think if you overextend yourself, you put in too much money, you try to make money too fast, like that kind of thing, and then you are not okay with it going to zero, then I think that is moving more into a gambling state, or you're just putting yourself, I don't know. I guess it depends on the person individually. Like, it depends on how much you can handle. That's a personal thing that you got to figure out. For me personally, I think that I like being safe. I like doing things that are solid. Yeah, and just purely based on supply and demand, like that kind of stuff. So these are like the Hall of Famers, the ones that I'm really invested in. So I got a lot of Kevin Durant, and I've tabbed them differently depending on my own personal observation of how I think they're gonna go. Just with my own eye, I guess. So I've got 6 Kevin Durant ones, this pink one, and this one. These two probably don't. They're probably maybe like a 9 or 8 or something like that, but high hopes for these other ones. So I'm looking to send off 6 of those. I've got a Zion that looks pretty mint. I'm not that invested in this, but this is a super mint card. I even wrote grade on the back. So I originally bought this for like $100 as a raw card off eBay. Right now they're selling for about $250 in this current state. So I can literally put this up and list this up on eBay and sell it for $250. But if it grades as a PSA 10 or a PSA 9, easy like $600, extra $700. Got some Allen Iverson. Picked these up for $10 each, which was no, actually even cheaper than that. I got all 3 of these for $25. Yeah, if these grade pretty well, they could easily go up to $250. So that is a decent thing. And then my stash of Kobe cards. So this is what I've got so far on hand. I still have heaps of them coming, and these 2 pinkish ones probably I'm not going to do that well, but these ones I have high hopes for. Like, these ones look pretty mint. So all I got to do is just keep them in the top loader, individually bag them up. Probably got to take these little cardboard things out, but stick them together, and then send them off to the guy, and hopefully they come back in 2 months and hit some PSA 10s, some PSA 9s, because right now, pick these guys up before, like I said, for like 80 to 130 a piece. If it hits a PSA 10, that's right now they're selling for about 3,500 as a PSA 10. And it's probably going to go up even higher than that when it hits Hall of Fame in August, which is just in time for them to come back, actually. So that's what I've been contemplating on, whether I should send them right now or wait it out. Because if I wait it out even further, it might go after they might come back after August. And, I won't have that liquidity that I do, because I've got to wait an extra month. And then I don't really know what's going to happen with the, I guess, with the economic market. So if things decide to turn south after August, and I haven't sold any of these, then they come back and, you know, they might not be worth as much. But hopefully it's going to be good. I already have some from BGS that's going to come back soon, so I'm kind of just hedging my bets a bit, having some with PSA, some with BGS. I want to get some with SGC as well, but I don't really know how to send it there, because those are the 3 main grading companies. But yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at today. So hopefully we'll see you guys in 2 months, and Q.
That brings on to a topic that we wanted to talk about, which was the idea of like light versus dark. I saw one of your things that you posted up on Instagram, the thing with the Star Wars, where it was like there's this idea of this energetic thing of there being a kind of like a light side where things are positive and good, and there's a force for darkness, which is, you know, like the Sith and Darth Vader and all that kind of stuff. And there's very distinct differences between the two, but we as people, we get influenced by either one or the other. You want to elaborate more on that?
Yeah, and it's interesting. There is such thing as a dark side and light side, and so the dark side is being like motivated by like pain. Like, you know, if you think of the movie Star Wars, Darth Vader, he was motivated by pain because he was afraid that his wife would pass away. But he used that anger to motivate him. Compared to the light side, think of a Jedi, you're using peace and love to motivate you. Being motivated on the dark side, yes, you can get a lot. You can get all the fancy material things you want. You can get everything you want in life. You can get even more and more and more. But if you keep filling your life with the material things to make yourself happy, that's more of like dark side-ish.
Yeah.
You have to be the one who wins. You're motivated by anger. You want everyone to lose, and you only be you want to win in life. The light side is like you want others to win. You genuinely love other people, and you genuinely are happy as a person, no matter if you're living in a mansion or if you're living in an apartment. You are a genuinely happy person. Now, I'm not saying like the light side, you can't get those material things. Yes, you can, and you can be happy. Because I remember you mentioned, James, when you were in sales, like you had those dark side kind of manifestation feelings. You saw those people. You had other people. You can share that story. The people were earning, and you
they're doing the.
But you saw what they were doing.
Yeah,
right?
it's very common in because I come from a sales background. It's very common in like actually I came from like door to door, so like knocking on people's doors like every day. Very, very grind work. Trying to talk to people that don't want to talk to you, and you try to sell them something on the spot. There is a very fine line between doing like sales tactics and getting into more unethical stuff, as opposed to, you know, wanting the best for the customer because you're on commission only, and that your result or your sales result is directly impacting your ability to eat food, you know, sustain yourself by getting a paycheck and stuff like that. So people did lean more towards doing dodgy stuff, unethical things, and there was always that inner conflict of like, okay, do I do this and get the money, or do I do this and be nice to the person and like try not to sell them something they obviously can't afford? Like, there was that internal conflict of like, I could just say that and they would probably buy it, but I know internally they probably can't afford it. Like, so that means that in the short term I could get money, but then I also know inherently that's probably not the right thing to do. But I know a lot of the people, they would just go, oh, it doesn't matter, like, you know, my job is to make sales, so I'm just going to do that anyway. It's very easy to just go in that way, to justify why doing something is okay. It's interesting. Like, I think it's what you're talking about is like, one comes from a place of lack, is motivated from almost like a fear of loss, and the other one comes from a place of being abundant and knowing that there's more than enough to go around, and that no matter what other people do, like, they're not taking away from your own ability to create your life and get what you want to get. And it just seems like there's those two spaces, or those two energies, are very, very distinct in that way. Hey, what's up, guys? It has been a while since I've done a video, and just to keep you guys updated with what's going on, you know, obviously with the whole lockdown thing. It's been a huge bludge in life, because, you know, I've been able to just kind of stay at home and play games and stuff, so I've been doing that and been getting more into this game called Fortnite. This has been a huge part of my time. Final Fantasy VII Remake has been one of the ones as well. And yeah, I mean, that's what we have been doing. I haven't really been putting that much content out, but have been consuming a lot of content actually. A lot of things that I have been looking into has been, again, like I said in one of my last videos, was Bitcoin and investing. And a guy called George Gammon has a really great channel called the Rebel Capitalist podcast that's on YouTube. It's on like Spotify and iTunes and stuff like that. And been listening to a lot of Robert Kiyosaki stuff and Patrick Bet-David, like just trying to fill my mind up with all the and try to keep up to date with as much as I can, learning about the economic macro situation, because I think the macroeconomic situation is changing very rapidly, and it's very different from what has happened in the past, and we're kind of going into some very unprecedented times. So it's very important to be open to changing the belief systems that you have about how things have happened in the past and how they may occur in the future. That's not disregarding what has happened in the past, but to kind of allow yourself to get prepared and put yourself in a position where you can take advantage of the opportunities that are going to come. Because I really do feel that it has gotten to a point where, and I said this earlier a couple months ago, at the start of the whole lockdown thing, was that we haven't really felt the effects of the businesses shutting down yet. We haven't really felt the ramifications of the job losses and stuff yet, because we have been being propped up by a lot of the government stimulus checks and stuff. People haven't really dug into their savings yet. Now, if you're in specific industries for business like retail or hospitality, if you're in restaurant businesses, obviously like you have felt that effect of the lockdown, like because if you didn't have an online presence, and you didn't use delivery like Deliveroo and any type of stuff like that, like Uber Eats, you would have had to change your model very, very fast if you were just relying solely on foot traffic, because obviously that's not there anymore. And I think that with the whole change to people working from home, again, like that's going to change the whole operational side of how businesses are interacting with each other and how they run their how I guess owners operate their business from now on. They can realize, rather than having like 10 employees to run the business, they now realize, hey, look, well, we can just operate from home and have 3 employees instead. So then there won't be as many jobs when if it does open up soon. If it doesn't open up soon, this prolonged thing is just going to accelerate what's already happening anyway. In every situation, going back to how this ties into your mindset and being positive, and how this really ties into things like forgiveness and stuff like that, is if you have put yourself in a position where you may not be in the best position financially or health-wise and stuff like that, it's if you find yourself in that spot, I mean, like, and let me take it back a bit further, because I think that's a bit too, I wouldn't say mean to say, but if you take out the emotional charge of all the stuff and really just look at your life objectively, you are where you are today because of the decisions and the decisions and choices that you've made and the actions that you've done up until this point, and they've all led for you to be where you are today. Whether you're here, whether you're in Australia, whether you're in America, whether you're in another country, wherever you are, whatever situation you are, it's important to recognize that you are where you are today because of all the decisions and the actions that you've done, but more importantly, of the way that you've thought and the belief system that you have created for yourself, and that you have, and the blueprint and the mental blueprint that you have established for yourself,
has brought you or led you to where you are today. Now, you may like where you are today, you may be in a good position, or you may not like where you are today. You may be worried about what's going to happen. You may be worried about, things like your health, or what are all these things you don't know what's going to happen in the future. Well, the good news is that if you have brought yourself here today from the decisions and the things that you have made, like the decisions and the choices and all that, then in the future you will be where you want to be. Similarly, from all the decisions and the thought processes and the attitude that you hold today, or that you make today, because your thinking and your energy, the blueprint that you hold in your mind of how you expect things to be, and how you see things, will play out into your reality. Now, it may not affect someone else's reality, but it will affect your own personal experience because that's how you navigate life. It really is only your experience that you're projecting onto stuff. So if you find yourself in a position where you're not fully comfortable, fully satisfied, or feel secure, then that's good, because you should look at that and be excited that you now have clarity of what you don't want, and that you can now begin to identify and look for, okay, I don't want this. What can I do instead? How can I think instead? What are the situations and environments and the circumstances, and what are the feelings, most importantly, that I want to experience in the future? And identify that, because as you begin to identify that, and as you begin to construct and create the vision of what you wish to be, or how you wish to be, and the situation that you wish to be in, the circumstances, the people, the events, and the situations, the ideal things, as you start to ponder on those things and start to experience that mentally and construct that, you begin to draw that into your life more through the act of creating that mentally. You have to reconstruct the mental blueprint that you have in your mind to what you want. And if you're not happy with where you are today, just realize that it is because of the blueprint that you currently are holding, which you have which you had previously constructed, that has led you to where you are today, which is a good thing, because that means that if you have brought yourself to here today, then you can bring yourself to where you want to go anywhere. So it's very, very important to realize that, if you're in a position where you are not satisfied right now, are not happy, you don't feel secure, then that's good. Don't see that as a bad thing. See that as a good thing. Very, very important to see that as an opportunity for you to now take charge and now begin to use this opportunity to identify, I don't want this, I don't like this, what do I like instead? What do I want instead? What am I searching for? And when you get clear on that, I think the path will start to show itself. Because life is like that. Like you can't really predict where things are going to go, but you can predict how you want to feel. That's what you do have control over. You have control of how you want to feel and how you want to think. You can't really control the intricacies or the details of how that's going to play out, but you can focus on feeling good now. And if you can do that, then no matter what plays out, if you're always finding yourself in a position where you can feel good now, or take the circumstances that are there and transform them and see the good in things and see the gold in things and look for the good in them, then any quote negative circumstance you can turn into a positive, because for every negative there is a positive side to it. There is this duality where things are just how they are, and we put meaning onto them. We project our meaning onto them through our own decisions and through our own filters and through our own perception. So we have the ability to determine whether something is good or bad, and that's really just a personal opinion.
What's up, guys? Finally got my PSA package back, and been waiting for this for about maybe like 4 months now. Sent this off in May. Comes in this. Sweet. Nice. Let's see what we got. That's my first legit stack here. And off the top, this came back as a PSA 9 Allen Iverson. PSA 9. Legit, man. Got a 7. Got an 8. It's a 7, 8, 9. These guys picked up for 25 bucks all together. So that's good. Right, here's Big Daddy. Gem Mint 10. Picked this guy up for 100 bucks. Gem Mint for Zion. Gonna sell that one. Oh, these are nice. So this is I sent off about 6 Kevin Durant's, and I got PSA 9. So there's my Kevin Durant. Rookie cards, got 2 PSA 9s. Picked these guys up for 25 bucks each. 2 of those. PSA 8s. I got 3 PSA 8s and a Kevin Durant PSA 7. Pretty good return. I think these ones are going for about 500 bucks. Maybe like 350 to 500-ish. I picked up all these Kevin Durant cards. We got like 10 of them for like 250, which is a really good deal because right now they are super expensive. And Kobe cards. These ones didn't come back the way that I thought they would. I got a bunch of 6s. Some of them came back good. I got 8, and I think I got quite a few 6s. I got like 4 6s and an 8, which is okay. But I'm trying to figure out. I wanted to get these to figure out like why they came back as 6s. Because I have like a stack more of them, and I just want to see like what the their grading perspective is, because you know I was under the impression that PSA wasn't that strict, but maybe they are. This is okay. Oh, this one I guess I can see there is some stuff on the back. Because it's not clean. Oh shit. It's actually because it's not clean. Yeah, well, maybe I should have got the cleaning done. Because that definitely affected the grade. There's no bends or anything that I can see, which is cool. I might crack these and then resend them. Let's see how it goes. Oh, this one is actually bent. Oh shit. Alright. Again. I think it's because it's not clean. Yeah. There's like markings on the thing. Either way. 3 out of 7. 8s is decent. These ones are probably gonna hold for a while. I mean, the 6s didn't really make money or lose money. They just kind of like broke even on that. But I have a few coming back from BGS that still hasn't come back. I submitted them in March. I'm hoping that those ones came out a lot better. I got 6 of those coming back because right now this card is on fire. And especially until the Hall of Fame comes, there's gonna be heaps of people collecting these cards. And there's actually not that many of them. So my thought process in terms of I'm getting in early on them, picking these up when they were like 50 to 80 bucks, 130 bucks a piece. It's starting to pay off because, yeah, I mean, it's good. I'm hoping to transition some of these into a Topps Chrome if I can, like maybe sell it off. But yeah, these ones are probably gonna hold for a while because I think they will retain their value. But yeah, this is what I got. Hey guys, so I'm just about to sell this Zion PSA 10 card. Yo, what is up? What is up? What is going on in this lockdown for everybody? Hope y'all doing well. I have a couple of updates. If you guys haven't seen the post, I literally just sold my very first high-ticket basketball card for $1,050. Zion PSA 10 rookie card Prism. I picked it up in an auction like months ago. I think it was at the end of last year, when I'm starting to really get into like basketball cards a bit, starting to look into it more. The auction was going for 3 Zion cards, and I won it for 106 bucks. Raw, like all 3 of them were raw cards, and you know, eventually sent it off to PSA, got graded, cost me 40 bucks, and came back as a PSA Gem Mint 10. Legit, man. Like that is what you're looking for. You're looking for a PSA Gem Mint 10. And obviously PSA might not always be the best one to go with, but right now, where the attention is for a lot of people, that's where PSA is. You know, PSA and BGS are the 2 biggest graders, followed closely by SGC. And I'm still waiting for my BGS cards. I sent a batch off in March. I think like 6 Kobe rookie cards and a Luka Doncic. Really excited to get those back. Hopefully they come back in the next 2 weeks. I'm really praying that one of them comes back as a BGS 10, because that would just be huge. And according to the guy that sent them off, Dale, I mean, one of them, someone got a Kobe BGS 10. I'm hoping that it's one of the cards that I sent off. So those ones I was picking up for about 50 to 80 to 130 bucks. Back around the same time, actually, when I didn't really have that much money. And right now, I don't know if you guys are following the market, but Kobe rookie card's going nuts, because obviously his Hall of Fame's coming up. It was supposed to happen like earlier this year, but it got pushed back because of like the whole you know, the whole pandemic thing. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. Like it's nuts to see how much some of these cards are going for now, just when the demand is starting to come in, you know, with the playoffs. Hey, what's up guys? It's been a while since I put up a video or anything like that, but just been handling the lockdown a little bit differently. Just, you know, taking some time off to kind of just reset and think about what to do. A lot of it's been in just preparation of what's probably gonna happen with the economy. So just really thinking about the next steps as to how to navigate the coming situation, I guess. But just an update, you know, like today, I've been looking at this, sold to like 2 items. So sold like a dress, I'll show you right here. So got the skirt we sold. I picked this up for $1 about a while ago, back in February, at a huge lot, and basketball cards. So it's such an interesting like dynamic how like it transitioned from or just like the types of items that I've been getting into or like selling has transitioned from clothes into more like basketball cards, and just how like the process has changed. Like obviously, you know, with as times change, as industries change, and as you grow as a person or you change as a person individually, where your interest and where your focus is begins to change. But the principles of you know, flip life and buying cheap and selling for more, or finding really good deals, that still stays the same, you know, like. And that's the crazy thing that I think about it, is like that the stuff that I learned from garage selling, you know, going to people's houses, buying cheap items, things that they wanted to get rid of because they had a demand, not a demand, but like they had a desire to, you know, liquidate their stuff because they just wanted to either clean out the garage or clean out the house. And they were willing to just get rid of this stuff for free, or like get rid of some of the stuff for cheap, you know, creating those win-win situations, and then later on being able to repackage them, and get them to other people that may not have the ability to find these types of products, and that's why they go on eBay. And obviously, like the last couple months with the whole lockdown stuff, eBay has just been, it's been on fire, like all across of Australia. So yeah, those principles still stay the same with basketball cards. You know, my strategy was, and I've talked about this, is that, you know, finding Hall of Fame players and really investing in them, and just waiting for them waiting for the demand to catch up. So like underappreciated Hall of Fame players, you know, at the time I was picking up Kobe Bryant cards for like $50, $80, like $100. Now they're worth like $600. So it's still a long term. And even then, like, even though the market's been hot right now for sports cards, it's starting to die down. But in the long run, it still has a lot of fundamental value. But yeah, it's been an interesting ride. Like, anyway.
So finally got a whiteboard, some pens. I'm just gonna try and figure some stuff out. See if I can create content, because one of the best ways that I like to explain stuff is using a whiteboard of sorts. So I've just been like kind of like brainstorming a couple things. I haven't really been doing it for long, but one of the topics that I really did want to, that I was thinking about like talking about was very relevant, is free will. This is one thing. Some other ones, it's like karma, personal responsibility. So these are like the main, some of the main elements that I've been thinking about, because there are a lot of issues going on right now, globally, that boil down to a lot of these things. And you know, just creating a little bit of an understanding to help some people find their find what it is that they're really looking for. Because I think the issue is that a lot of us want the same thing, and our methodology of achieving that is different. Our methodology of perceiving that is different, and there are certain things that fall in line with the natural law of things that will ultimately work out for the greatest benefit of all people that are concerned, or everyone that's concerned, as opposed to skewing more to one thing. Because when people try to input or put their to interfere with a natural order of things, then a lot of issues begin to occur. So free will, karma, personal responsibility. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm trying to mind dumped all the stuff that I know about this topic, all the different aspects of the topic that I understand. And then I'm going to categorize them by color, based on, kind of group them in a priority as to what is tied together or what's similar. So for example, like with the idea of free will, there's a few things. There's one, you can't choose for someone else. It's your spiritual authority. There's an issue of giving up your free will to other people, and only you can create your own life. So those are four elements that are very similar together. So I'm going to bunch them up into one group. Another thing would be like, okay, so how does things like free will tie into things with, you know, finding your purpose, you know, God's will or fate or destiny, like that type of thing. You know, if you really have destiny, and fate. Do you really have free will to choose what you want to do? So there's that, is a completely separate topic. There's the last one, I think, is this idea of personal responsibility, of actually implementing that, and actually utilizing that. So there is that element of personal responsibility, and every single person has it. Then I'm trying to figure out, I got this other one here. This is a really, really key part. I don't know how to implement this, but it's this idea that goes around, okay, in a dynamic of like, how does free will work in a position where there's a victim and there's a perpetrator, or like if you're a prisoner and there's a prison warden, or if you're a slave and there's that dynamic. So is there really free will there in that case? And this is actually a very interesting aspect of it. So that does tie into it somewhere as well. But free will is a huge topic right now, especially with things like the freedom of speech and you know, a lot of stuff being cracked down on. This is a very important topic that I think right now is very important to understand, where the ultimate free will really lies within a person, you know. And do the physical things really affect the spiritual authority of your ability to have free will? That is a very interesting question. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm just a guy, just a single person, like, you know, trying to figure out life, you know, what can one person do? It's a thought process, you know. And hey guys, thanks for following me on my journey throughout this year. If you guys got to the end of this video, I really appreciate you taking the time to just watch my stuff, man. And I hope that one of the videos or anything, this whole journey, this whole process so far has had some kind of impact on you in some way, and it's affected you in your life positively. And you know, I really hope to do more content in the future, and maybe next year there'll be another one like this. But all you guys who I know, and all you guys who I don't know yet, you know, really appreciate it. I really do. It really means a lot to me, and I don't think that without any of you guys, that any of the content really would be worth anything, you know. So hopefully keep in touch, you know. I'll see you guys, you know where to find me. But if this is on YouTube, please like and subscribe, and yeah, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think and what was the best takeaway that you got from the rest of the year. And hopefully 2021 is going to be a much better year. All right, bye for now.